Hello and welcome to my highlights of FRL Season 2, Race 22 at Great Britain, season finale of Season 2. As you can see, I'm starting in P2. I have messed up my recording of qualifying, so sad we don't get to see that. But that means we just get jump straight into the race, lining up on the grid. You can see in the wets, in heavy wet conditions, using full wet tires. I'm actually running a dry setup as well, which means that I will be struggling in the corners, but very fast on the straights. So hopefully I can make up on the straights for the time that I lose in the corners, as the 5 red lights are on, and it's lights out and away we go. A very tentative start from everyone, trying to get down the power without spinning out. I managed to stay in P2 on the grid. F1 Hub pulls away into first place by quite a big margin already, as I'm being pushed by the 2 Alfa Romeos right behind me. BK and Tyler trying to get past me. BK is thinking about a move down inside, but he's had a terrible exit. He's now side by side with Tyler behind me, as he manages to pull ahead. Meanwhile, I am completely on my own pretty much. F1 Hub is pulled away at the front, as Tyler and BK are still battling over P3. But I am pretty safe in P2 right now, so we're gonna jump all the way to lap 3, as now Tyler's attacking me, going into cops. We're gonna go side by side into cops, but I pull to the inside and he has to pull out. That would have been a collision for sure. Lap 4 now, at the start of lap 4, as I get a terrible exit off turn 1, going a bit wide into turn 2 as well, having a very bad line, going back to the outside, trying to get back into position, but it just doesn't really work. Get a very bad exit out of turn 3, and Tyler's gonna go right down the inside, using the opportunity he's been given, and now he's gonna pull right past me. I've got superior straight line speed, so maybe I can come back at him, using my overtake, using rich mix. I'm gonna go to the outside. If I brake very late, I could make this one work, and I brake as late as possible. Still side by side, trying to go around his outside, but I go off the track, and I have to let him go down to P3 with that one. And Tyler is pulled ahead into P2, now chasing F1 Hub, as I'm being pressured by his teammate BK all the way to lap 14. BK hasn't been able to even try an overtake on me, and I'm gonna go into the pit lane on this lap, put on some intermediate tires, and see how they work. You can see, you can definitely see it's much less wet on the track. There's much less spray and water all over the camera. I was supposed to be on lap 15 to intermediates, but I decided to pit a lap earlier because it was feeling quite dry, not dry, but less wet, I guess, which gave me the confidence to make an early switch onto intermediates. It's a very long pit lane here at Silverstone, so yeah, it's more than it's like 35 seconds or something, so it's an incredibly long pit lane. Yeah, 37.8 seconds, coming out in P8, just in front of Kart Racer actually, who's on the fast lap of the race. Yeah, a few people do actually have to make another pit stop in this race. Lap 15 now, end of lap 15, there are a few people in the pit lane, Miguel and Sully. I can see immediately Manu is actually staying out for another lap on the wet tires, meaning he will be quite slow as we go into the next lap, lap 16. A lot of people in the pit lane. BK actually, my undercut and him work brilliantly. I've got a big gap to him, you can see about, yeah, he's behind Car, so I've got a massive gap to BK, so jump ahead a bit further into the race, lap 16, going through cops, making my way into Maggots and Beckers, right behind the Haas of Manu, who's slow on my tires, so he's quite slow around here, because it's definitely time for intermediates now, so Kart Racers managed to get onto my back as Manu goes a bit into the grass, meaning I have to go around his outside, giving Kart Racers an opportunity to get a run on me. Is he gonna be able to go around the outside into Stowe? He doesn't quite make it, so my dry stand up there is actually really helping me, but as you can see on the top left, I've lost a lot of time to Tyler and Harry, so I'm quite slow. But my dry stand up is definitely helping me as Kart Racer goes down my inside into the final corner. I push him back towards the outside, and I don't leave him a lot of space there as he did to me previously in the last corner. So yeah, you can see on the top left, I'm quite slow compared to Tyler and Harry because of my dry stand up, but it's helping me keep Kart Racer and BK behind as Kart Racer punts me going into the this little stadium section here on lap 19. He might have got some wing damage from that as he tries to go down my inside through here. Not a very smart move in my opinion, but he does make it work with side by side, but I will use my superior straight line speed, or I will try to use my superior straight line speed going into cops, and I do manage to pull ahead once again on lap 19, still in a podium position as Kart Racer and BK both with a time penalty, which will definitely help me. Lap 23 now, we're close to the end of this race. BK is still pressuring me and so is Kart Racer. I'm really feeling the pressure from these two. He tries to go around my outside into Stowe, but it doesn't quite work out. And now we make our way into Valley. into the second final to last corner, and I'm getting hit from behind by BK, going off through the grass, back onto the track, very dangerously I must admit. BK goes past me and so does Cardinals are down to P5, but they've both got penalties. If I can just manage to stick with them, I could still get this podium. Especially Cardinals, he's got 6 seconds, but BK only has 3, so I have to try and get past BK again, because I suspect he could actually pull that gap with how much faster these guys in the wet setup actually are. Because that's why I was so far up as well, because it was dry in qualifying and I decided to go for a dry setup because I just didn't have a wet setup. As BK gets a terrible exit, which allows me to go back down his inside into onto the hangar straight, making our way into the stadium section once again. Side by side, I've got the inside line, braking as late as possible, and I do go past just about. He's gonna try and make a move around the outside. Oh, he does try, but he doesn't quite have the grip to go around the outside there. So I get back into P4, 1.1 seconds to Cardinals. I have to stay within 6 seconds, as in the final lap he's pulled away by 2 seconds, as he actually goes off a bit, and he almost spins the car, you can see, and he has to let us go pretty much, because he would have been so slow through that, it would have been way too dangerous, and with his penalty, he was not gonna get that podium anyways. Up into P3 then, so final lap, and I am in a very good spot right now, because BK, even if he does pass me, he's got a time penalty. He won't get this podium. But on the top left you can see, Harry has got 8 seconds, Tyler only has 3 seconds, and they're quite close, which means that Tyler is gonna win the race. Tyler has won his first race in FRL, congratulations to him. Finally, it's been a long while, and he's won his home Grand Prix as well. So yeah, congratulations to Tyler, you've earned it. Very strong drive from him, and Harry as well, obviously getting P2. And I'm gonna go home in P3, which I'm very happy with, ending the season on a high with another podium, as Jano actually goes into P4 thanks to the penalties. So it's Red Bull 3 and 4, which we can be very happy with. You can see the final standings here. Cardinals are obviously champion, being yeah, quite some way ahead of Jeremy, 120 points ahead of Jeremy, with another 20 points ahead of BK. And then Jano and me are in P4 and P5, so it wasn't the best season for me, but I still enjoyed it. I definitely had higher expectations going into the season. Obviously, as being the season 1 champion, I should have higher expectations. I should be in the fight for victories, but I've only won 1 race this season, which I guess is still okay, but I'm definitely not happy with my season. I could have done better, and hopefully I will do better in the next season, and hopefully you guys will be watching next season as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again for my next video. Bye bye.